Hello again, and welcome back to the Retro Room. This is a part 2 of, I don't know if this is going to end up being a build or not, but we're playing around with a AT clone board and case. And in the last video, we just tried to get the machine booting and discovered that we have a misconfigured, or possibly even just straight up bad, controller card. Let's see if I can't find documentation on this absolute jungle of jumpers there, and we will see if we can't get that card working. In this video, I'm going to try to get a pair of MFM hard drives working. Both are Seagate ST-225s. They were banged up a little bit in shipping, so it wouldn't surprise me if they don't work or have bad sectors or something. To try this, I have a Western Digital WD-XT Gen 2 Plus, made in USA, in the box. The box had been opened when I got it, but it has all of the original bag and the original documentation. Read this first. All the information for connecting this, presumably to an XT machine, but it should work just fine in an AT. The card is right here. Doesn't look like it's ever been installed. No scratches on the... Well, let's change that. I'll plonk him down in there. And it needs cabling. First will be the big cable. Looks suspiciously like a floppy cable, but it is not. The twist is in a completely different spot, and it's wired differently. Well, I don't think it's wired differently, but the twist is in a different spot. Incidentally, this is a Wise cable. So this is a Spectra strip. It's a period correct cable. Just reaching down and getting the drives. Here's one. The error report shows nothing on this one, but like I said, they were banged around in shipping coming to me. Here's the other one. No factory listed bad markings. This one has rails on it. We will make this one the D drive, and since it has rails, we will just come on, you. Slide it in the case like so. Alright, and this end of the cable will go on the card like that. And we will plug him in like that. I wonder if I have rails for this other drive. Thought I had some AT rails around here. I do. They're little plastic dudes, but they should serve the purpose. Neat. Going to screw these on real quick. Oh. Well, my bench is becoming a mess. But I found a screwdriver. Oh. Takes the coarser threaded of computer screws. All right, that's one. Holding the drive up with my fingers. Because it kind of wants to fall over with that rail on the other side. Termination resistor pack right there. I don't see any damage on the PCB. There's the stepper motor right there. Might as well shotgun these dudes. The drives are not touching. Well, that's a good thing. For what it's worth. There's that. Get him. Well, he's in there as far as he's going. And we will pop that on there. Then we need these little cables. These have no indicator except for a little arrow right there. Probably for pin 1. This one will be what it calls drive 1. So it'll go on the bottom on this card. Just like that. And this one has an indicator. Very strange. I think these were made aftermarket, probably from a much newer floppy or IDE cable. Could be, you know, some other cable. All right, that's connected. And there we go. Now let's power him on and see what happens. I heard both drives spin up and test. They are type 2, both of them. We'll see what happens setting the BIOS to type 2 and booting the machine. My goodness, they're noisy. Maybe we have a hardware conflict between the I/O card and the MFM controller. Yeah, that might be what it is. Because he's just stuck there. Well, let me find a better floppy cable and we will that'll do. And we'll see if changing floppy controllers, one that doesn't have a hard drive controller on it, makes any difference. Alright, I have an old school floppy controller right here. Uses an edge connector instead of pin header, but it does not have a hard drive controller on it. So let's pop that card out. Then we'll put this. This is looking more and more like an XT. The more we configure it. Get that cable out of there. Let's pop that cable on the drive. Then let's see what happens. Well, let's try a different approach. Well, here we are again. It's still noisy as can be. I'm waiting for the BIOS to pitch something. As you can see in the corner there. It gave me a controller error just a little bit ago off camera. Just going to leave this here, see if it does anything. And I'll come back when and if it does. Well, he's been stuck here for about a half hour. Maybe this MFM controller just isn't meant to run on a 286. Well, we've been fussing with this for a while now. I'm going to call this the end of part 2. I'm going to try an IDE drive on here next. Well, I'll see you then and have a nice evening.